Sean Strickland versus Paulo Costa is happening since Paulo Costa said that Sean Strickland ducked him, and when Sean Strickland responded by saying he only ducked him because the money wasn't right. After Sean Strickland had a meeting with the UFC and accepted the fight. Now, who's going to win this fight? Well, before we talk about who's going to win this fight, let's take a look at their latest performances. And when Sean Strickland fought Israel Adesanya, and when Sean Strickland dropped Israel Adesanya in round 1, and kept putting punishment on Israel Adesanya. That is, Israel Adesanya couldn't handle the constant pressure from Sean Strickland, and Sean Strickland outlanded Israel Adesanya and took it by decision. That is, Sean Strickland, we all know, just recently fought Dricus Du Plessis, and when Dricus Du Plessis landed some great takedowns, both landed some great shots, Sean Strickland ended up outlanding Dricus Du Plessis, but somehow they still gave it to Dricus Du Plessis. Now let's take a look at Paulo Costa's latest performances, in which he fought Luke Rocco, in which Luke Rocco was already gassed out after round 1, in which Paulo Costa took control of the whole entire fight, landed some great shots, in which he did get rocked in round 3, but it didn't matter because he still took it by decision.
For the winner, by unanimous decision, Paulo!
After this, Paulo Costa, we all know, just recently fought Robert Whittaker, in which Paulo Costa robbed Robert Whittaker in round 1, but after this, Paulo Costa slowed down, in which Robert Whittaker took control of rounds 2 and 3, outlanded Paulo Costa and took it by decision.
By unanimous decision, Robert!
Now, there's a big reason on why this fight's not even close, and that is simply because there's a big difference when looking at how active both men have been, because Paulo Costa has only had one fight in 2 years, and that was the fight with Robert Whittaker, because before that, that fight with Luke Rockhold was back in 2022. Meanwhile, Sean Strickland had 3 fights in 2023, winning all of them, and then he obviously had 1 fight this year. So when talking about who's the fresher fighter, Sean Strickland is that guy, and when talking about which fighter can accept any fight at any point, Sean Strickland is that guy. But realistically, how do I think this fight's going to go? Well, I do believe that it's going to be a very slow fight, because we know how Sean Strickland fights. He likes to stand straight up and go face to face, and doesn't really throw that many combinations, or doesn't really get reckless until his opponents are hurt. And as for Paulo Costa, well, he could definitely get reckless here and there, but his biggest disadvantage is his gas tank. So I definitely believe that's going to be his biggest enemy going into this fight, because we know that Sean Strickland knows how to conserve his energy, and he knows how to go 5 rounds. So in the end, in a toe-to-toe fight, I do see Sean Strickland having the advantage, as I do see him blocking most of Paulo Costa's punches and gassing him out, and then I see him hopefully returning back with some shots of his own, hurting and possibly stopping Paulo Costa.